Okay, so because they feel they couldn't make a meaning or a living out of the profession, many of them have actually left the profession. Okay, you see, majority of them felt there are no hope. They've lost confidence in the profession, and so they've gone to settle for something less. That's the painful part of it. There are a lot of persons over there that left and actually learned some high-paying skill and are actually doing well. But for you, who is yet to lay your hands on something meaningful other than resorting into in teaching job where you are being paid 20,000, 25,000, and 30,000, and you feel you're comfortable with it, you spend all the days, all the hours working there, and at the end of the day you are being given peanuts. Come to think of it, there are non-professionals who are actually doing the job as a professional. They're making it big time. I could remember where I worked last before I resigned, in a food company where I was working as a food safety consultant. Earlier last year, I had to stop because the working culture of the job wasn't in line with my professional ethics. Okay, I was earning six figures, and that's not the issue. It's all about being fulfilled and happy in doing what you are doing in the right environment. Yes, in the right environment. So I decided to be on my own and be a boss, and I'm happy. I'm doing very, very well. I'm very, very fulfilled in what I'm doing. Okay, so here are the areas you really need to specialize to render your services as an environmental health officer. If you really want to go far in it, you need to build competence in any of these areas. Okay, as you can see on this slide, that is why the environmental body from the federal level has actually created an umbrella of the entrepreneurship drive, where individuals, private individuals, and even you as an environmental officer can actually come in. Even where there are no jobs, you can actually come in as a certified trained professionals to pick up something out of it and then start making a living out of it. Do you know that this company I was working with, the owner of this company wasn't an health professional at all, but they needed my certificate to grant them license to practice as an environmental health officer. You can imagine that. You're there doing something lesser than what you want, and people are out there paying, looking for you to pay your peanut to use you to work for them to actualize their dream. Why not you coming up with your own company, established it, because you have all what it takes to be licensed and to be given the free license to practice and to render such services and earn your millions. Okay, the same thing applies to waste management companies. Majority of these people are not specialists. They are not trained professionals, but they are using your certificate. There are also places where they are looking for you, but because you fail to sell yourself, because you fail to get competency in these areas, to go for more knowledge, to specialize in this area, to gather experience. It's not all about the money. Sometimes you volunteer in any of the area of your interest, like you can see on the slide. Volunteer to render services without being paid, just because you want to gather knowledge, to build your profile. So by the time you come out tomorrow as a consultant to do one or two, or to render one or two services, people will be there to buy into your services. Okay, so the question I'm putting across to you is, which area have you actually sat down to talk to yourself on? Have you done such exercise before? If you've not done that, sit down and start thinking of what to do, the area that really appeals to you, picking a niche that is aligned to your personality, something you know you can actually do, defend, and it will take you far. You go far in it. Okay, for me, I've actually explored several areas of this profession. I've worked as a HSC officer, as in health and safety officer in a construction company. And what gives me the edge was because I went further to acquire knowledge in HSC programs with ISPON. Okay, Institute of Safety Professionals, also known as an ISPON. Okay, I gained a certification, I'm trained, I'm exposed, and that gives me an edge to work in such company. You can see, and presently I'm also working with working on pest control management, and one of my colleagues is here. Sir, I want to thank you. You may not really know me, but we're on the same platform with under the umbrella of sanitarian obiora nina, where we undergo such training together. Okay, you can imagine I'm also trying to explore that aspect of it, and presently I'm also lecturing. You see how I'm exploring all of this in College of Health Tech. I'm trying to explore all of this and to make my life a meaning and to get me fulfilled in doing what I'm doing. So what are you doing? Ask yourself that question. I've taught 15 years in schools, 4 years in primary school, 4 years in secondary school where I take the junior classes, and then 4 years again in raising my own coaching on where I handle dyslexia children. You see, my education background in health education also gives me an edge to do all of this. Okay, and then the remaining part of my years I've been doing it for part-time lecturing and also full-time lecturing, as the case may be. So what are you doing? What are you exploring with that which you think you know? Are you exploring your knowledge? What are you using for? Is that time you stand up and take a leap? Take a leap and overcome those limitations. Overcome the limitation of poor knowledge. Seek for mentorship. Go as far as possible to look for those that could mentor you, that could show you the way, that could guide you on how to go about building your niche in your chosen area of career in the profession. You know, these are career paths that you really need to look into and then build your professionality in it. And with that, it makes you an expert, it makes you an authority, it makes you a consultant, and then you see you increase your market size, and then people look for your services and are willing to pay for it. Okay, so I advise you to take a leap, because you can no longer remain in the level you are. What is just constant in life is change. You have to change, you have to move, you have to make progress from one level to another and make something meaningful out of your life. Okay, so you must take a bold step to move out of your comfort zone and increase your capacity in exploring the career opportunities in the profession, and I bet you have a good reward at the end of the day. Finally, I advise you to seek for mentorship, seek for help, seek for those that could help you to build your career, to guide you. And you know, mentorship reduces the number of occurrences of your mistake and fasten your life achievement, so there is no time to waste. My dear, I need you to take a bold step, make a change in your present situation, change your perception, and I wish you the very best of luck. I wish you best of luck, and I also want to believe that you've enjoyed today's boot camp. Leave your question in the comments below. Definitely I'm going to give an answer to them, and if you actually need one or two question or guide, you can also private chat me, send me a voice note or messages, and I'm going to answer all of your questions. Once again, I say thank you for being part of today. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great day.